Hello, I'm Kasim Sheikh and welcome to my channel. Today in this video, we'll quickly go through how to deploy an ASP.NET Web API to Azure Cloud Service. Now, the Azure Cloud Service is a very first offering, a PaaS offering from Microsoft Azure to deploy or host a web application, web and Windows application. The core or the primary difference between cloud services and Azure Web App is in cloud services, we do have a control or access to the underlying Azure VM, which is being deployed after our application is deployed. So if at all you need an access or control over the Azure VM wherein your project is being deployed, the best option is to go with Azure Cloud Service. But again, it comes up with some pricing. It has a high price with some, if at all, some basic factors are being considered. But though it has some differences, or if at all the pricing is being kept aside, Azure Cloud Service is one of the best option to deploy your web services, your web applications in the form of web roles, or your background services or Windows services in the form of worker roles. So today in this video, we will create an ASP.NET Web API through the cloud template through using Visual Studio, and then we will deploy it into Azure Cloud Service. So let's start the demo. I have Visual Studio 2017 open with me. Let's click on New Project, Cloud, and select Azure Cloud Service. Let's give it a name as Web API on Cloud. Okay, select OK. So here you can select between the two languages. A web role, it could be ASP.NET MVC application, Web API application, standalone application, or you can say an Azure API, anything. For web applications, you need to select this your web role and click on OK. So from here, we will select API, Web API, click on OK. So you can see there is an already a small project with the name which we provided has been created with the same solution name. And here in this solution, it will be adding that web API project as web role. Right. Let's make it a startup project and let's run it. If you have landed up directly into this video, do watch my another video wherein I have demoed how to deploy an ASP.NET MVC application to Azure Cloud Service. Okay, so we have our API ready over here. That's on local host. Okay, fine. So let's close it and let's deploy. So click on this project, right click over here, click on publish. So as a prerequisite or as a mandatory thing, you need to have your Microsoft Azure subscription, wherein you're permissible to deploy or to create the resources. So there are 4 steps. Like first is sign in. Second will be the settings, wherein we will creating our cloud service resource, and the diagnostics, wherein we will be adding the application insights, which becomes by default, and the last the summary. So it's fetching my subscription, that is free subscription. Let's click on select. Okay, now here we need to give our app name. So let's give it custom web API on cloud. It should be unique. Now when we are using Azure App Service, our web URL or our public cloud URL comes to the application name which we gave, .azurewebsites.net. But over here in Azure Cloud Service, it would be this name, like custom web API on cloud.cloudapp.net. Let's select the region. Can select any region. Let's go with this replication itself. Click on create. So we need to create, you can see here advanced setting. We need to create a storage account also. This will, the package would be deployed into this account. So it has taken the same name with the region. It will create this storage account, no doubt. So here are the two settings, common settings. Let's the environment be production. You can keep it as staging also. Build could be release and debug. Let's keep it release. Server configuration, cloud or local. Let's keep on cloud. So if you check on this box, we will be able to configure our username and password to log into our Azure VM, which is being deployed after this deployment. But we will try to have it from our portal. Just check it and enter these details and click on OK. That's it. But in my earlier video, I have configured from this section. So I would prefer that in this video, I will try to have it through Azure Portal itself. So let's click on next. So as I said, it comes by default. It will create an application inside resource with this name. You can very well uncheck it, but it's fine. Let's go with the default one. Click on next. So here is the overall summary which we configured, and just click on publish. Now let me tell you, it will take more time, like at least 9 to 10 minutes to get deployed. Yes, it's very slow than comparative with Azure Web App. So let's wait. We can track this deployment. We can track each and every step which it takes. It creates the application inside, it creates the VM, then add the certificates, add the store, create the storage, upload the package, run the web roles. We can see that we can track those things. So you can see the activity log over here. It has not yet provided the URL, URL, but it started with applying the diagnostic. Meanwhile, we can go and check in our Azure portal. Let's refresh it. Great. So as you can see, the app storage account is now created. Application inside is created, and our cloud service is also created. It created in the sense it started initializing the same, though it will take time. And we will getting the status as complete, and we'll getting the URL over here. We'll get all the history over here. So he's just started at just 2 minutes or more. We have started this. It will take at least 10 minutes. So it has started verifying the storage account, and now it will upload the package to the storage which it creates. You can see over here, this is the storage account which got created. The one thing you will be is the point of noticing over here, like when we deploy something into Azure Web App, it all those resources are into a resource group, one single resource group. But when we deploy this cloud service, it created application inside, it created storage, and it created a cloud service. But all the three are in different user groups. So you can see over here. Let's go to resource group, and you can see there are three resource group which has been created. This default storage is for the storage. This is for our I believe application inside, and this web API on cloud. This resource group has this. Oh, okay, sorry. So this web API on cloud resource group has this inside, wherein this resource group does have this our cloud service. So we have created in a single application, we have deployed things, three resources being created, and for that three respective resource groups are also created. So once the package is deployed, it created the web app URL name and deployment ID over here. So once the status becomes completed, then we will open this URL. You can see it's starting initializing it, creating the virtual machine, the web role in. Now it's starting initializing, the instance is starting. It's very interesting to see the steps, like how the things work on in background, how Azure handles everything with just fewer clicks through our Visual Studio. So the developer can concentrate on the development web API, and just within few clicks Developer can deploy the things and rest being taken care by Azure. It's interesting to see the portal. So here we are in our Azure Cloud service, and you can see, so this is the web role, that is our web API project, and it's still starting the VM. Let's see. So as I said earlier, it takes at least 9 to 10 minutes to get deployed. Okay, so now it's finally the status comes to completed. Let's click on this URL. Meanwhile, let's check the portal, and yes, you can see this is the web role and this is running. So you can see the VM which is being configured by clicking on configuration section. So here you will be getting the details of the VM which is being deployed. That is from Windows Server 2016. And these are the web roles which are being part. There is no certificate associated with this role. Uh, this is the remote desktop area. Now from through here we can log into this Azure VM. But before that, as we have not set we have not configured the username and password. So there was a checkbox, right? Enable, disable. So let's before that, let's see. We have clicked on this. Okay, it's getting load. Fine. So let's enable from here. Let's configure it from here. So you can give the username for the Azure to get in to log into our Azure VM. Let's give it as Web API Azure VM with password. So it's matching. Okay, and click on save. So it would get affected in few seconds. So we can see our API is up and running fine on Azure Cloud Service. You can see the URL, the application name which we gave, custom web API on cloud.cloudapp.net. So the web API project which we created through the cloud template using Visual Studio 2017 is now up and running fine on cloud. I cannot say in few minutes, but at least in 10 to 12 minutes, right? So it's running fine on cloud now. So now, okay, so our remote desktop settings is saved. Now let's click on overview. Let's go to click on this web role. Click on connect. It will download a web RDP file. Let's open it and provide the same username password which we provide configured. Okay, yes, please connect. Great, so we are into our Azure VM. Okay, we'll wait. So we are into our Azure VM. You can see here the VM name, the machine. Let's open up the IIS. So I've just opened up the IIS, and you can see over here our web API project has been deployed under this name. So hope you have learned something new in this video. Uh, Kindly subscribe to my channel, uh, like this video, and share in your groups. You can connect with me through the social channels, and would like to hear it from you. Thank you. Happy Azure coding. Bye bye.